We've been digging deeper into why 13% of mail-in ballots were rejected in the March Texas primary. The Secretary of State's office tells us most happened because voters did not provide any identification on their carrier envelopes. 13% statewide amounts to more than 23,000 votes that were never counted. But let's break it down even further. In Potter County, home to Amarillo, more than 16% had their ballots rejected. That's roughly 1 out of every 6 people who voted by mail there. In Travis County, the rate was 8%. That's better than the statewide rate, but if you think about it, that still means roughly 1 out of every 12 people who voted by mail had their ballot rejected. Capitol correspondent Jala Washington asked the Texas Secretary of State what's being done to make sure every vote counts.
Okay, here's how it came to me.
At first, Pam Rober's mail-in ballot was rejected by Travis County election officials.
It's notice of carrier defect.
She got this email from an address she didn't recognize.
And then you scroll down and it sees your carrier envelope did not contain your driver's license.
She voted early, so she did still have time to fix it.
There were lots of hurdles to trying to make this happen and instructions that weren't clear, telling you to do one thing in the tracking system that if you did, it wouldn't work. It's no wonder a lot of people's votes were rejected or weren't counted.
It's a very easy mistake to fix.
In most cases, we're told voters didn't include newly required ID information. The Texas Secretary of State's office says it plans to make that more clear.
We're looking at ways that we can highlight that section, draw more attention to it for mail-in voters, and also, engage in a more robust voter education campaign statewide, including TV advertisements. We've already run radio advertisements. We're looking to get feedback from a lot of the major counties, small.
The president of the League of Women Voters of Texas feels more awareness should have been spread up front. And she's now, too, working to educate voters. But she wonders if that'll be enough.
Really what needs to happen is this legislation that created this problem needs to be fixed.
The Texas voting website does detail the new mail-in process, though Rober's questions how useful that'll be for people her age.
It would have been nice to have more time to get the public educated.
Jala Washington, State of Texas.
Harris County, home to Houston, had one of the highest rates of rejected ballots. Almost 1 out of every 5 people who voted by mail had their ballot rejected. For comparison, in the 2018 election, the county says it rejected fewer than 1 in 200 mail-in ballots.
And we want to make sure that we create the sort of best environment possible for teachers to be successful.
Just ahead, we go one-on-one with the leader of the Texas Education Agency. What he told us about the new Teacher Vacancy Task Force and how teachers can apply to help shape solutions. And later, new debate over mask mandates for air travelers, why they're still in place, and how some lawmakers are pushing back.